Are you struggling to attract the kind of top talent that can take your team to the next level? Are you instead attracting poor fits or losing the talent that you already have? If so, you're not alone. Many leaders are facing this challenge right now, but you're going to be ahead of the game because today we're going to dive into some of the reasons why this might be happening and how to fix it. The good news, although it may not sound like good news, is that it's not an out there problem. The problem lies within your workplace, which means that there is something that you can do about it. Welcome back. I'm Kelly Stine, Gallup-Certified Strengths Coach and founder of the Lead and Light Coach. And before we dive into today's topic, I want to let you know that I've created a guide that includes all the insights I'm about to share, along with some additional strength-based strategies for attracting the right talent to your organization. Stick around and I'll tell you how you can grab your free copy at the end of this video. One of the main reasons leaders reach out to me is because they're struggling to either attract or retain talent on their team. One team stands out in my mind. A leader called me in right after taking over a team where the previous leader had engaged in some unethical behavior. That behavior caused some of the best people to leave, left those who stayed feeling disheartened, and tarnished the organization's reputation. This new leader was looking to fill the gaps with talented replacements while salvaging their reputation during the transition. Here are a few lessons that I learned from working with that team and how they might help you too. Mistake number one, not having a cohesive vision or purpose. So when this new leader stepped in, they did not have a clear idea for where they wanted to take the organization. And it showed in the people that they were initially bringing onto the team. They believed that they were hiring top talent, but they weren't. Instead, they were bringing in individuals who for sure were very experienced. They had a high degree of expertise, but they had their own ideas about what the organization should be. As I spoke with these team members, it became really clear to me that those ideas did not align. What appeared to be one leader and a team was actually a collection of individuals, each pursuing their own agenda with no shared vision to unite them. So, why does this repel talent? It's because talented candidates have lots of options and they don't necessarily need to worry about whether or not they're going to have a job, whether or not they're going to be paid enough. They're looking for work that feels meaningful and purposeful to them. If you can't clearly articulate your organization's values, mission, or vision in a compelling way, they're going to go with an organization who can. To fix this issue, begin by reflecting on the organization's why. Why does it exist and what impact does it aim to have? Getting clear on the fundamental why is the crucial first step. Once you know why the organization is there, next, create a vision for success by defining what it would look like in 1, 3, or 5 years. When you're creating your vision, you want to be as specific as possible and collaborate with relevant stakeholders to ensure that the vision resonates across the entire organization. Once you have the why and the vision, then you want to craft a concise and inspiring statement that answers the question, who are we, where are we going, and why does it matter? This statement should be clear, it should be compelling, it should be really easy to remember. Once you have those things, so why does the organization exist? What is our vision for the future? And a statement that articulates all that. The final step is to share that statement in every available channel. Communicate it in team meetings, talk about it in onboarding sessions, include it in emails and internal documents, make it visual if possible, posters on the walls and the like, post it in the common areas, put it up on the website, include it in presentations. The second mistake I observed with this team had to do with compensation. So in some previous videos, I've talked about how money isn't enough to attract talent, and that is definitely true, but it doesn't mean that money doesn't matter. Competitive pay and desirable benefits are the bare minimum expectation for talented candidates. So within this team, and this is going to sound really wild, the people were already being paid below the standard for the area. That was already in place when the previous leader was in charge. But now, as the new leader came in, they were actually asking people to completely volunteer their time while they tried to get their feet under them. Some of the people on the team were willing to do that, but most of them were very unhappy, understandably so, about the prospect of just donating their time. Talented candidates want to be compensated well for their talents. So if you want to attract them, you need to offer competitive pay and attractive benefits like flexibility, development opportunities, diversity and inclusion programs, and the like. If you think that your compensation package might be lacking, this is one of the easier issues to fix. Do a quick market analysis of your industry's pay standards. And if you find that you are low, update your compensation strategy to stay competitive. And then the final issue that I saw with this team was a weak employer brand. Okay, so what's an employer brand? Your employer brand is what your employees, both former and current, are saying about working for you. With this organization, the brand had been good before the previous owner had made a couple mistakes that negatively impacted it. And this new leader was coming in, and to their credit, was very conscientious of strengthening the brand. They knew why this was important, and they were putting some action steps in place. What wasn't working was that they went about it by trying to play everything very close to the chest, giving team members scripts to go off of as they were talking with outside stakeholders and customers, as well as heavily monitoring their ratings on Yelp and Google, which was starting to erode trust from within the organization. So if your organization has a weak brand, this is a harder issue to fix. It takes longer, but it is definitely doable. The key is not in trying to manage things like gossip or online ratings. At least that's certainly not the first step. The first step is to take a look at your workplace culture. So conduct a thorough audit of your hiring process and gather feedback from your team. Alternatively, a team strength grid, which is something that I help leaders create and interpret, is a fantastic visual aid and tool for better understanding your team's strengths, talent gaps, and culture. Once you have that understanding, then make the necessary changes to improve the employee experience in ways that talent actually cares about. After you've done that, craft a strong, accurate employee value proposition, also called an EVP. The proposition should clearly articulate what your workplace offers that candidates care about. And then go back to your team. So once you have that EVP, go back to your team and make sure that they agree with it. If it doesn't resonate for all team members, keep adjusting your EVP and improving and tweaking the culture until you have consensus. Then, similar to your organization's purpose, communicate this everywhere, both internally as well as externally in job postings. And that's it. Easier said than done, right? There's no way around it, but attracting top talent is hard. But it's not about luck, it's about intentionality. If your organization lacks a clear purpose and vision, if your pay or benefits are not competitive, or if your employer brand is weak, talent is going to go somewhere else. It's that simple. The good news is that these are all fixable problems. It might take some time, but it is definitely time well spent. Now, if you want a clear step-by-step guide on how to implement these changes and more, click the link in the video description below to download my free guide, The Strength-Based Leaders Playbook for Attracting Top Talent. After you download the guide, use it to take a fresh look at your workplace. Then commit to building the kind of environment that top talent wants to be a part of. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and you want more, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Then let me know in the comments what you would like to see me cover next. I would love to hear your thoughts. See you next time.